हो गया सिलिया को रिप्लाई आया, रीड किया, डिलीवर नहीं हुआ।
तुमको डेटा से कर रहे हो?
इंटरनेशनल है ना, हाँ व्हाट्सएप से कॉल कर सकते हो। नहीं नॉर्मल कॉल नहीं, ढाका में है। व्हाट्सएप कॉल तो करो।
You call, you have number international calling? Yes. Give the number.
Yes.
नहीं मेरे पास है, किसका चाहिए?
Can we make it?
Give an estimate how many attendees are there in the session through your portal, because this was a very
Sure, sir. I'll just give me a minute.
right.
So shall I call her on this phone, normal phone?
In IT कानपुर। ओ आप IT कानपुर में अपने ऑफिस में बैठे हैं लग रहा है।
Electrical office, yes.
Yes.
I have 2 offices. Still continuing in electrical.
2 in Kanpur and 1 in Noida.
Noida, they have given me temporary because I was there. So if I move, they will give some proper office.
Not gone.
So can we go ahead? I think somebody can try.
Sir, we are trying, so let us go ahead. Definitely. So she has some time to join, and thank you very much. And let us start the proceeding.
Message karo. So we have 35 participants altogether.
Okay. Thank you very much. So this is the valedictory session for ICPS 2021. I request Professor D. Casta, Technical Program Committee Chairman, to present the report of the conference ICPS 2021. Please.
A very good evening to one and all. It is my pleasure to present the report of 9th International Conference of Power System ICPS 2021. International Conference on Power System ICPS is a leading conference in the area of power engineering since its birth year 2004. It is a brainchild of academicians from India and Nepal and has been successfully organized by reputed institutions in its earlier versions. ICPS 2021 is the 9th edition in this continuation series of this biennial conference. This 9th ICPS 2021 has been successfully jointly organized by the Department of Electrical Engineering and the School of Energy Science and Engineering, IIT Kharagpur, and hosted by IEEE Kharagpur section with IEEE joint PES and IAS chapters, UP section, as the technical sponsor during December 16 to 18, 2021. The conference was organized on virtual platform in online mode. The inspiration behind the ICPS 2021 was to encourage the researchers to disseminate their research for the larger benefit of the society in the area of smart and sustainable energy, and to gain, share, and explore the knowledge in the field of power engineering under the theme of developments towards inclusive growth for sustainable and resilient grid. ICPS 2021 has revealed the state-of-art environment where researchers, academicians, industry personnel, and scientists present their original research exchange ideas on the development of sustainable and resilient power grids, and promoted networking for scientific and industrial collaboration. The conference started with the inaugural keynote address by Dr. Ajay Mathur, DG, International Solar Alliance. He delivered his address as the chief guest of the conference, and then the keynote speech by Mr. Manu Asthana, President, CEO of PJM Interconnection, USA. The conference had 4 tutorial sessions, two parallel tracks, and these are as follows. Generation capacity addition and dispatch modeling by Narul Srikumar, member Energy Group Prayas, Pune. Practical aspects of design and construction of high voltage semiconductor power modules by Mr. Deepak Datta, retired AGM, BHEL, Bangalore. RE Rich Microgrid Operation and Control by Professor Shukumar Misra, IIT Delhi. Grid Resilience in the Presence of Renewable Generation by Professor Joydeep Mitro, MSU, ESA. The conference also offered 16 keynote lectures in 4 parallel tracks as follows. Digital Twins for Digital Transformation by Mr. Binay Jammu, VP Physical Digital Technologies, GE Digital India. Power System on the Cusp of Energy and Digital Transformation by Mr. Akirul Rahman, Chief Technology Officer, Hitachi ABB Power Grids India. Role of Electric Mobility in Energy Transition, Abhishek Ranjana, VP BSES, Rajdhani, India. Renewable Energy Generation and its Integration, Challenges and Solution by Janaka Ekanaike, Professor, University of Peradeniya, Sri Lanka. What about hydrogen? By Professor Arindam Ghosh, Curtin University, Australia. Enabling resilience for the DER-rich power distribution system by Professor Anurag Srivastav, WVU, USA. Power system dynamic phenomena, correlating theory and real-life measurement by Professor A.M. Kulkarni, IIT Bombay. Impact of renewable energy penetration on power system protection, grid operators perspective by T. Muthukumar, DGM, SRLDC, POSOCO, India. Governance aspect of Indian power system by Mr. S.K. Suni, advisor, POSOCO, India. Future grid utilizing smart grid technologies for sustainable development by Mr. Subir Sen, COO, Power Grid, India. Solar PV integration into national grid, challenges and opportunities by Professor Tapan Saha, University of Quebec, Australia. Sorry, Queensland. I'm sorry. How smart distribution systems and microgrids will advance energy diversity and equity by Noel Schulz, School of EE and CS, WSU, USA. Storage, the ultimate disruptor. Is there anything storage can do? By Mani Badari, President of Modern Grid Solutions, Seattle, USA. Learning from global electricity markets in Indian context by Mr. S.S. Barpanda, Director, Market Operation, POSOCO, India. Collaborative online experience in Indian engineering education by Anil K. Jampala, Senior Staff Software Engineer, GE Renewable Energy, USA. Low inertia, very large grid digital twins using HyperSim EMT simulator for dynamic transient performance evaluation by Mr. Jean Bellinger, President and CTO, Opalarty Technologies, Canada. 10 invited papers from distinguished experts from industry, academia, and government organizations are also presented. 4 full invited papers are also submitted from Professor N.P. Pari, IIT Roorkee, Professor Fushan Wen, Tallinn University of Technology, Estonia, Professor VK Agarwal, Technical Director, IRADE, and Saif Rahman, Manager, POSOCO. Two panel sessions have also been planned, one with a focus on education titled Integrating Energy and Power in Engineering Education, and another with a focus on entrepreneurship titled Inclusive Growth of Entrepreneurs in Smart Grid. The first session includes senior academicians from different IITs and industry leaders, along with Professor Anjan Bose from WSU USA as the moderator. The second panel session includes young entrepreneurs from different IITs and senior industry leaders from private and government organizations. Coming to contributory papers, out of 267 contributory papers received from various government, industry, and academic organizations, only 112 high-quality papers were selected after peer review for oral presentation under 9 different tracks and 5 parallel sessions. Finally, 107 contributory papers are presented in the respective sessions and was forwarded for publication on IEEE Explorer. Details of tracks, abstracts of each paper is available on ICPS website under e-proceedings. Total 12 best 13 best. Total 13 best contributory papers are awarded under 9 different tracks. Awards. The LDC Excellence Award is instituted to recognize the exceptional work done by the load dispatch centers in Indian power sector. The first LDC Excellence Award initiated with the ICPS 2021. The Secretariat of Forum of Load Dispatchers, which is a forum for all the LDCs in India, assisted in dissemination of information about the award to the LDCs, collecting nominations from the LDCs, forwarding the completed forms with compilation of data to an independent jury. The jury is constituted by the ICPS core steering committees to decide the award. Total 4 LDC Excellence Awards are presented in 4 categories of LDCs, namely RLDCs, large SLDCs, medium SLDCs, and emerging SLDCs. Is based on various factors like composite stored on peak demand met, energy supplied, and RE installed capacity. POSOCO Power System Award, PPSA 2021, to meritorious research students for best PhD and MTech projects was also announced during the conference. Power System Operation Corporation Limited, POSOCO, a Government of India enterprise, instituted this award for the first time in 2012. This award is wholly funded by Power System Operation Corporation, that is POSOCO. PPSA recognizes 2 categories of awards, doctoral category and master's category. There are 15 awards in doctoral category offering a cash prize of rupees 1 lakh along with certificate, and 15 awards in MTech category offering a cash prize of rupees 40,000 along with certificate. Sponsors. The conference received generous financial sponsorship from PGCIL in platinum category, POSOCO in gold category, Opal-RT Technologies in silver category, CESC Limited in bronze category, National Power Training Institute, that is NPTI, in copper category, and Central Power Research Institute, that is CPRI, also in the copper category. All the sponsors participated in sponsored exhibition zone through virtual portal and also given presentation in sponsored presentation session. So it is a great pleasure for IIT Kharagpur to host ICPS 2021 with galaxy of experts from government, industry, and academia organization all around the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you very much, Professor Casta, for presenting the report of ICPS 2021. Now I request Professor Ashish Srivastava, who is a distinguished visiting professor at IIT Kanpur, to kindly introduce Professor M. Ramamurthy before we start his recorded presentation. Sir.
Yeah, it was really heartening to listen to Dr. Casta about the content of ICPS 2021. I think you have touched upon all the aspects of the requirement of a very good conference, starting from involvement of industry and industry sessions, very valuable panel session, keynote, and so on. And also, it was quite rich in giving awards. And we are very happy and very much thankful to Professor Ramamurthy for agreeing to be the chief guest or guest of honor of the valedictory session. He doesn't need actually any introduction. I think he's such a legendary person in power sector in India and also very well known abroad that if you take his name, everybody knows who is Professor Ramamurthy. But it is our duty to formally introduce him. Dr. Ramamurthy obtained his B degree and from Andhra University in 56 and MA degree from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore in 1958. He was a Commonwealth scholar and went to Toronto University during 63 to 67, where he obtained MASc and PhD degree in 65 and 67 respectively. In fact, he was working at that time as a lecturer at IIT Madras from 59 to 63. He then moved to IIT Kanpur, joined as assistant professor, and was there for almost 10 years and left in 1977. And many of you may be knowing that he pioneered the power electronic education in India and developed a state-of-art lab first time at IIT Kanpur. Thereafter, he became chief of research at ABB India, Baroda from 77 to 73. The founding director general of CPRI, Bangalore from 83 to 95. Director of EDA, Vadodara from 95 to 2007. R&D advisor of Crompton Greaves, Bombay from 2009 to 12. And Chancellor of KL University from 2014 to 2017. He had been visiting professor at many universities abroad, and we were also fortunate to have him at IIT Kanpur for about 4 or 5 months as distinguished visiting professor. He authored 5 books, 7 and has 7 patents. He is recipient of many national and international awards. The national award includes CBIP, Institution of Engineers, NPSC, WASVIC, BHU Malviya Award, IIT Roorkee Award, ISC. He is Life Fellow of IEEE, Fellow of Indian National Academy of Engineering, India, and also National Academy of Engineering. He is presently chairman of Project Monitoring Committee for an Indo-US project known as UI Assist, which is sponsored by DST through Indo-US Science and Technology Forum, and honorary R&D advisor of VNR VJIET since 2009. With these few words, I would like to request to play Dr. Ramamurthy's message.
Thank you, Professor Srivastava. Mr. Nitesh, kindly play the Professor Ramamurthy's address as a guest of honor.
Respected Chairman, distinguished invitees, expert speakers, participants, and members of the organizing committee of ICPS 2021. Good afternoon to all of you. At the outset, I wish to convey my grateful thanks to Professor Kishore and Professor Pramod Bajpayee for inviting me to deliver the valedictory address. The theme of this conference is Sustainable and Resilient Power Grids. Many new developments have taken place over the last few decades in the structure, operation, and control of the power network. Environmental protection, global warming, depleting fossil fuel resources have forced the utilization of non-polluting renewable energy resources like solar and wind for electric power generation, causing backing down of thermal power plants and reduction in conventional power generation. This will eventually lead to coal-free technology for power generation in future. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, has announced at the recently held COP21 conference on climate change organized by the UN Subcommittee on Global Warming held at Glasgow that by 2050, India will have no thermal power generation using fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas. India has initiated many steps to utilize REs to achieve this objective and provide sustainable energy resources. At present, the total installed capacity for power generation in the country is 400 gigawatts. Of this, 70% is by thermal units and 30% by renewable solar, wind, mini hydro, biomass are being used for power generation, and out of these, the solar and wind are prominent because of their availability geographically. Generation through solar, wind at present is about 40 gigawatts each. India has high solar installation level of about 1000 watts per square meter. National Solar Plan envisages 100 gigawatts of generation through solar PV by 2022, which appears to be not achievable. We could add only 7.4 gigawatts during 2021. High wind velocity is available in India only at very few places in Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, and Maharashtra. Low wind regimes demand low-speed wind turbines for power generation. India has few globally recognized wind turbine manufacturers. The few wind farms we have at present are land-based. There are no offshore installations. In future, we may exploit the high wind regimes available along our long coastline. Many more government incentives are required to promote RE utilization and achieve the goal set for 2050. There are also technical problems to be solved when RE generation becomes a major factor in the total power generation scenario. Solar and wind power are intermittent. So to take care of the variation and to ensure continuous power supply to loads, energy storage systems are required to balance the power variations from REs. Battery storage is considered as the most convenient form of storage of electric power. Lithium-ion and flow batteries are the popular storage tools being considered. Solar PVs are connected to the grid through inverters. Conventional protection systems for lines connected to the PCC mal-operate due to the control action of inverter on the fault current. Similarly, for wind farms operating with DWR induction generator connected to the grid through long compensated lines, conventional PSS will not damp out power oscillations at high generation level. Considerable research activity is going on in this field to tackle these problems. In the distribution sector, concept of microgrid for remote and rural areas to reduce power losses and to improve power quality is catching up. These MGs can be connected to the grid or operate independently. MG should satisfy 4 R's, namely resilient, reliable, robust, and reconfigurable. With the introduction of distributed generation in distribution, the MG can become autonomous with improved performance. Conventional distribution systems are radial in nature, requiring simple protection system for fault location and clearance. In the case of MGs with DERs feeding through inverters, a more sophisticated protection system is required. Further, if the MGs are connected to the grid, the inverter controllers should have the ability to provide fast and seamless transfer between grid connection and autonomous operation of the MG. Lot of research is going on in this field for smooth transfer and protection against faults. Optimal location and sizing of REs connected in MGs is very important to ensure loss minimization, stability, and good voltage profile in the MG. Rooftop PV systems and net metering at domestic level have not yet become popular. There are technical problems related to safety measures and the need for interconnecting inverter controls to comply with IEC specifications. Both DISCOMs and consumers will benefit if the rooftop PV systems are encouraged through incentives. For low power applications like street lighting in rural areas, attempts are made to provide both wind and solar generation using the same pole for mounting the PV panel and wind generator. There are very few MGs operating independently in the country at present, and there is a plan by Tata Electric Company jointly with Rockefeller Foundation to set up a large number of these MGs in the country. There is an ongoing joint project, UA Assist, on smart distribution systems with storage, sponsored by DST and DOE, in which many IITs are participating to set up few field demo centers for popularizing the concept of MGs in the country. I am very happy to see that many of the problems I have mentioned above are discussed by the keynote speakers and the invited lectures by experts. Papers presented in the 25 technical sessions also dealt with various issues related to REs and MGs. I wish to congratulate all those who received the Best Paper Awards. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Ramurthy. It was really encouraging for all of us. I think you have summarized in few whatever has been discussed in the conference and what are the challenges our sector is facing. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We will forward our best wishes and thank you note to Professor Ramamurthy for his address. Now, moving to the next part of this session, I again request Professor Ashish Srivastava for announcement of next ICPS to be held in 2023.
Yeah, so as Dr. Kastha mentioned that it has been a journey starting from 2004 when first ICPS was organized in Kathmandu. And I was lucky to be a part of that. I think Celia has joined. So good evening, Celia, from our side. I know that it was really a very exciting moment. Professor Kaparde and myself from IIT Kanpur and few other professors, along with Dr. Tamrakar and others from Nepal, they conceived this idea, and the first one was very successfully organized in Kathmandu. I know one mishap which happened. I took with me our colleagues and few students to catch a flight from Varanasi. This Indian Airlines actually was so cunning that they booked against, they actually utilized our booking to give it to the foreign delegates and said that you don't have any booking. So we were stuck there. Then we got rerouted to somebody else to Delhi and reached Kathmandu. So that was a really exciting journey, but it was great pleasure. Now we have been shuffling between Nepal and India in organizing this conference, and this is the 9th edition. And again, I would like to congratulate all of you for very successfully organizing the 9th ICPS in 2021. I know it was great effort, and we really miss physical meeting, but we really enjoyed all this. Now I have great pleasure in announcing the next ICPS, and we have got the letter from IEEE Bangladesh section, and Professor Celia is here, who is chair of IEEE Industry Application Bangladesh chapter, and Professor Haq is the chair of IEEE Bangladesh section, and Professor Rahman is the chair of the PS chapter. So the three together have given us the letter to jointly organize ICPS 2023 in December 2023. And it was discussed in our steering committee, and unanimously agreed. So I would like to convey my best wishes to Celia and all her colleagues for very successful. I am sure that we are looking for even much grand and also better in quality. I think although the quality standards have been raised over the years, so it may be very challenging to you. So the contents and quality have really improved. I'm very, very impressed. So you have to not only maintain that and keep on improving further. And I'm sure that it has gone to the right hand. So congratulations, and we would like to listen from you about the acceptance of our offer. And also you can invite everybody to come to Bangladesh. Celia, it's your turn.
Yeah. Now I request Professor Celia to for her accepting the hosting of ICPS 2023.
Thank you, Professor Srivastava and Professor Prabodh. Hope I'm audible to you.
Yes.
Yeah, very
Yes, you are.
I was just start my travel and I was moving towards airport. So it's a great honor to be here in this session and listen to the experiences of the first ICPS. And of course, I will know about the remaining versions of ICPS, and it will work as a good practice sharing. And before giving my acceptance speech, I like to congratulate Professor Prabodh and the whole team for a wonderful ICPS 2021 in this pandemic, and doing it with outstanding and resounding success. It will serve as a great source of encouragement for all of us, IEEE Bangladesh section members and the members of Industrial Application Society chapter and Power and Energy Society chapter. I like to ensure that Bangladesh section has been working very, very hard for organizing Asia Pacific Region 10 flagship conference, Region 10 HTC. And we handled more than 700 participants with many foreign participants. And we see Women in Engineering Conference in the area of electrical and computer engineering, and we are running its 7th version. And also recently, last year, when everything was closed, we did 10SIM 2020, the second largest flagship conference. But it's very exciting for us. Bangladesh has started the technical area specific conference, and we have a good practice in collaborating with section and the chapters. But this Power and Energy Society and Industrial Application Society area-specific conferences will be very challenging and exciting for us. We all will work together for maintaining a high standard as we did before, but your experience will be invaluable and priceless for us. I will request Professor Srivastava and Professor Prabodh and all steering committee member to connect us with all the previous version cheerleaders so that we can have their practices, we can have their experience. I believe that everything can be done, but nothing is matched with the experience. So we really want to have that experience so that we can all work together to take ICPS 2023 in a new level, an international one, so that it can also work as a benchmark for next version in 2025. Thank you, Professor Srivastava, and all the delegates here in the valedictory section. And together we'll decide what will be the theme of the conference so that we can really touch the base of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. At the same time, we can really embrace the challenge of Fourth Industrial Revolution. Take care and stay blessed. I welcome every one of you to visit Bangladesh with your colleagues, peers, and students at home and abroad. India being the closest neighbor of us, I really tell all Indian authors, scholars, to visit Bangladesh. It is very easy, and also inspire your friends at the United States, Australia, and all over the world to submit their contributions to ICPS 2023. Together, we will do a better one. Thank you, and I really want to express my sincere gratitude for having trust on us. Hope we will work together, especially my mentor, Professor S.N. Singh, and let us work together so that we can inspire more young generation to be the researcher in the field of power and energy society. That's our purpose of this conference. Thank you and take care, Professor Prabodh. You have been a wonderful supporter for this whole journey, my involvement with ICPS. Hope this will not be the end one, it's just the beginning. Take care. Take care, stay safe.
Thank you, Celia. I think I'm sure that with your vast experience in organizing IEEE activity and leadership role, you will take the ICPS to a new height and set new standards. And I also invite everybody to join ICPS 2023 in Bangladesh. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor Srivastava, and thank you, Professor Celia. So it was really wonderful to listen your thoughts, and we will definitely extend our unconditional support, and we will have women leadership as well as the truly internationalization of this ICPS version in the next year. And thank you very much. So the last part of this session is that we request Professor N.K. Kishore to give the vote of thanks.
Good evening, and it's my pleasure to propose a vote of thanks and close the conference ICPS 2021. Dr. Ramurthy, guest of honor, Professor Srivastava, chairman of the steering committee, Professor Celia Sarnaj, the host 2023, and Dr. Bajpai, the organizing chair, Professor Kasta, TPC chair, my co-chair, Professor A.K. Pradhan. We are indeed thankful to the ICPS steering committee for having allowed us to host this conference, which has successfully been held. And then we are indeed very thankful to all the sponsors. I'm not naming everybody by name, but all the sponsors, which has enabled us to have this in a new mode. Although it is virtual, but we had a little bit of mixed thing in the sense local authors and local faculty could do in a mixed mode. That's number one, hybrid mode. Number two, we are indeed grateful to the administration of the institute, including the director, registrar, and all other head of the department, Professor S. Mukhopadhyay, who is away because of his other engagement. And there are a large number of volunteers, reviewers across the country, and speakers from all over the world, and authors, of course, who have. And there have been various service units which have enabled us. The staff and students of this department have been the backbone for running the whole thing. And it is a new experience for us. And I cannot be naming everyone individually, but I must say that both power and power electronic faculty of the department together, along with other colleagues from control and instrumentation, the non-teaching staff, entire staff, and students, both from the Department of Electrical Engineering and School of Energy Science and Engineering, were associated with us. And they have enabled us. In fact, I was very busy and I did not know how the virtual platform would be working, but I could seamlessly handle all the sessions that I had to handle. So my thanks, personal thanks, and thanks on the part of the organizing committee and the institute to all of us, all people who have contributed to the ICPS 2021 to a great success. And we all look forward to visiting Bangladesh in 2023. Thank you all. Stay safe and good night.
Thank you.
Before we leave, I think, and before we think of 2023, there is a National Power System Conference.
Yes, sir.
Delhi, co-organized by IIT Delhi and POSOCO.
Yeah.
It is in December. Most probably the dates are same, 16 to 18. So I also invite all of you to be part of NPSC 2022. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Good night.
Good
Big
night.
applause to all the organizing team and also the students who are involved and volunteers, sponsors, everybody. Thank you very much. So
Thank you, sir.
maybe you can give.
Thank you. We formally close it now. Thank you. Stay
ICPS
blessed.
2021 is formally closed.
Thank you, Professor Bajpai.
Thank you, Nitesh, and your whole team. Thank
Yeah,
you very
thanks
much.
to your team too.
Thank you, Professor Kishore. Thank you, Professor Pradhan, everyone. Thank you so much.
Really, we are unbelievable, hidden energy, hidden source. No one knows what is going on, and so fine, fantastic.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Nitesh. We will talk later.
Thank you, sure, sir.
Yeah, I'll just go to the washroom.
अरे भाई रमेश